this video, we're going to review some of the functionality of our File Manipulator plugin. This video is part of a series of videos exploring some of the functionality of this FileMaker plugin. In this video, we'll cover the functionality on the folder info, the zip encrypt, and the drive info tabs. This folder info tab allows you to query for various pieces of information about a folder. What you'll do is use the source path to browse for the folder that you wish to get the information for. You can do this by clicking Browse and then selecting the folder. I'm going to select Test Folder on my desktop. The File Manipulator plugin can get a folder size, creation date, modification date, access date, and whether the folder exists. When you call the Get Folder Size function, it will return the size of the folder in the results field in bytes. Creation date will give you the date and time that the folder was created. The modify date will give you the date and time that the folder was modified. So you can see the creation date was 12:03 and it was modified at 12:16. The access date will give you the date and time that it was last accessed, so 3 days later at 3:31. The folder exists will return a 0 if the folder exists and a 1 if it does not. This function is useful if you're deploying a solution that uses sentinel folders, such as import folders. These are folders that a solution relies on to be present so that it can import data from the folder placed by a third-party source. This function will check if the folder exists, and if it does not, the script can then call pcfm_folder_create to create the folder. The Zip Encrypt tab has various functionality to zip and unzip files and folders. To zip a file, we can go ahead and browse for the file that we wish to zip. I will zip test.doc1. And then I can browse for the destination path that I want the File Manipulator plugin to zip the file to. And I'm just going to select my desktop. I can then go ahead and give my zipped file a name. And when we click Zip File, you will see that our zipped file showed up on the desktop. The File Manipulator plugin can also unzip files, so we can browse for that zipped file. We still want it to go to the desktop, and then we're going to go ahead and give it a new name when we unzip it. And when I click Unzip, you will see that the unzipped pages file has now appeared on my desktop. To encrypt a file, we can go ahead and select the file that we'd like to encrypt. And then we can select the destination path. I'll do our desktop. We can then give it a file name in our destination file field. And then we can set a password for it. And when we hit encrypt, it came over here and encrypted that file. When we go to open it, it can't be opened right now because the file is encrypted. We can also decrypt this file, so if I browse for it, I still want to decrypt it to my desktop and its name. And then we can decrypt it. And now you can see we have our decrypted pages document on our desktop. You can also combine these functions, so the File Manipulator plugin can zip and encrypt files and unzip and decrypt them at the same time. The process is the same. We can go ahead and select a file, and we're going to do a folder this time. So I'm going to do our test folder. I want to zip encrypt it to my desktop. I'm going to keep the password the same. And now you can see we have this encrypted test zip file on our desktop. Now let's go ahead and unzip and decrypt that file. So we'll browse for that folder. And we still want to go to our desktop, but we're going to go ahead and give it a name. We can clear out this destination field, and there's our password. unzip, decrypt, and now you can see that our test file is unzipped and decrypted. The last tab, Drive Info, pulls information about the drives on your computer. Get Drives will pull all the drives on your computer, and you'll see them show up in the results field. If you would like to then get folders, files, number of subfolders for a drive, we can browse for it, and we'll use our desktop. And when I click Get Folders, it will bring up all the folders on my desktop. Get Files brings up the files. Number of subfolders will give me the number of subfolders, which is 5. Number of files is 9. The drive size in bytes, the drive size that's free, and then my drive size that's used. As you can see, our File Manipulator plugin has a wide variety of functions that allow you to manipulate files and folders on your computer. That covers it for this video. Make sure you check out our other instructional videos that review this plugin's functionality. Thank you for watching.